All right, TRL. Hopefully you finished a good workout and are ready to kind of relax, get stretched out, loosen up those muscles that you just worked so hard. So we're going to do a little stretching routine from toes to top. So we start from the muscles in our lower leg. We move all the way up the body and get loose everywhere so that we can rest easy tonight and let our muscles recover. So we're going to start with a quick calf stretch. So down on all fours, extend one leg out. We're going to hold for 30 seconds. Now, 30 seconds is a really good place to start with these stretches. Eventually, we can definitely lengthen that time where we can add more reps of these stretches. So after 30 seconds, we can always switch sides and then return for a second stretch on the same side. Up to 2 minutes can be really beneficial here, but we're just going to do 30 seconds. If you're new to stretching, if you're not an advanced yogi or anything like that, 30 seconds is going to do a lot. And the biggest goal of this is to get your muscle length back to where it was pre-workout so that it is able to recover properly. It's primed for the next workout or the next run. And, we're not leaving knots and tight spots and adhesions in our muscles overnight or from workout to workout. All right, excellent. Go ahead and bring that calf in. We're going to go into a quick hamstring stretch. So bring the right leg forward into a really low lunge. But then what we're going to do, we're going to bring our butt and hips back. We're going to try to straighten that right leg out. Don't worry if you can't get it straight. I cannot get it straight, but I can really feel this stretch in the hamstring. So we're going to hold that for 30 seconds here as well. And take deep, long breaths through this stretch. The deeper the breath, the more your muscle's going to relax, the more your body's going to be able to let go of those tight spots. All right, go ahead and leave this right leg forward. We're going to go ahead and go into that nice deep lunge. Prop yourself up on the knee. This is going to be a quadricep and hip flexor stretch. You're going to feel it right along that front side of the left hip. And start off nice and high and slowly kind of sink down further and further in between the hips. Try to pull that right hip crease back so that you're keeping your hips nice and stable. And if you want to feel it a little bit more up into the abdominals, you can raise that left arm up and kind of create a little bit of a back bend here. Let's take one more deep breath here. Excellent. Go ahead and bring that left foot forward. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to relax our butt and our hips back to get a nice hamstring stretch. You got to have a lot of hamstring love if we're going to be successful runners, if we're going to get our full potential. We really need to pay attention to the muscles that are just chronically so tight in a lot of us and chronically, ignored in our strength training by a lot of us. We look at the muscles on the front side of our body, we can see them. Muscles on the back side of our body sometimes get neglected and end up a little bit behind and unbalanced. So remember, the muscles on the back side of our leg are the muscles that really drive us forward. Obviously, they're all important, but those hamstrings are super, super important. All right, leaning forward into that left-legged lunge. Start nice and tall, and then start to sink those hips down and forward. Eventually bringing that right arm up so we can feel that stretch a little bit further up into the abdomen, through the psoas, through that big hip flexor. All right. Then we're going to come on down onto our backs. We're going to do figure 4 stretch for our hips. So you're going to take that left ankle, put it over the right knee. You can stay here and just kind of push that leg out. That should open up the piriformis, a little bit more of the psoas. Or if we want to get deeper into that glute, or if you don't feel the stretch yet, you can always bring the right leg up, interlace the fingers behind that hamstring, and pull that knee into the chest, and you'll feel that stretch deepen into the hip and the glute. You can even get some extra flexibility out of that hamstring by bringing that bent knee, straighten it out, kind of flex it up and down a few times. Flex the toes, point the toes throughout the 30 seconds here. And then switch. Let's get right ankle on top of left knee. Pull it in by interlacing those fingers on the hamstrings if you need a deeper stretch. And again, get a little bit of extra flexibility by bending and extending that knee, flexing and pointing those toes. Every ounce of ease of movement that we can get out of our body is going to help us run better, feel more comfortable in our bodies out there. All right, go ahead, drop those legs down, bring the knees into the chest, and let them fall over to the left side. Get a little spinal twist here. You can either look the same way as your knees are dropped, or again, if you need a little bit of a deeper stretch, just bring that gaze over to the right side. And breathe deep. Even in this twisted position, we want to breathe into the belly, get that expanding breath into our bellies. All right, and then let those knees come to center. Drop them right over to the opposite side, the right side here this time. And then again, if you need your gaze to come over to the left side to make that stretch deeper, go ahead and do it. Try to keep those shoulder blades on the ground. Knees don't have to come all the way over or stack on top of each other or anything like that. The important thing is we're getting a nice, relaxed spinal twist, trying to loosen up that lower back. Excellent. All right, bring those knees back to center. We are going to come onto our belly here. Get an abdominal stretch by doing a nice cobra stretch. So just placing those hands under our shoulders and just bringing the upper body off the ground. Dropping those hips into the ground so we can feel that stretch across the transverse abdominals. Deep breaths. As you breathe in, you'll feel those abs stretching apart. You can feel some real big tension spots in there for me. All right, and back up onto all fours. All right, come forward. I'm going to kind of sit back onto my heels here to kind of stretch those feet out. I'm going to bring one arm across the chest, pull it in, drop that left shoulder down, and feel that opening of that left rear shoulder blade there. So those reverse snow angels or reverse flies that we do that really pinch those shoulder blades together, we're kind of undoing that here. Excellent. Go ahead and switch arms. Bring the right side in. You also get a little bit of a stretch through the kind of side and rear part of our neck here. Counteract all the computer work, all the driving, all the staring at our phones we do all day. All right, excellent. Go ahead and release that. Tuck the toes under this time. Sit back on the heels again. Get that stretch through the plantar fascia, through the bottom part of the foot. And then this time we're going to bring the arm up and over. We're going to stretch the triceps out. Go ahead and switch arms. Right side tricep. Release that, kind of shake everything out. Let's get one more arm stretch here. This is going to be for the biceps and the forearms. Grab your fingertips with one hand. So I'm grabbing my left fingertips with my right hand. Pulling down and extending my arm out. We'll feel that right through the wrist, the underside of our wrist there, right up into the biceps. Switch sides to the right side, so you're grabbing your right fingers with your left hand, extending that right arm out, pulling those right fingertips down. Excellent. Go ahead and release that. Let's open the chest real quick. So we're going to clasp our hands behind our backs. Keep those palms together. Pull those hands down. And then try to pull the arms away from your body behind you. Try to keep those palms together. And just try to raise them up as high as you can, which might not be much. We're going to feel that stretch through the rib cage. We're going to feel it through our chest. Go ahead and lift the head. Take some deep breaths and get a little bit of a back bend here. right, and then just kind of shake everything out. If there's anything that's left that's tight, repeat whatever stretch there is for that muscle. Do this after every workout, after every run. You'll keep your body in good shape, ready to go for the next one. All right, keep it up.